Another thought I wanted to add about the music and the infinity scales and the centers of a music scale connecting to the end of a music scale. I think I have more of an idea. So you know how there's the double helix, kind of like this rainbow thing here, and the middle of one helix part is like the end of another helix part. Let's say we have another figure 8 on top. So the top of this turns into the middle of that one. And then the middle of this one is part of the top of another double helix DNA loop or coil, which is similar to, think about like the night and day, on different parts of the world, different sides of the world, where it's like 12 p.m. in one part of the world, it's 12 a.m. on the opposite side of the world. So 12 p.m. or noon is the middle of our day, which is actually the beginning of someone else's day on the opposite side of the world, hence matching up with this, right? And then also, if you think about it with music, this kind of shows like how the beginning part of one scale is the last half of the next scale with one more flat, or one less sharp. And then the second half of a scale is the beginning part of a scale with one more sharp, going in the opposite direction. So that kind of explains what I was trying to talk about earlier with, the flats being at the end of the scale to connect to the next music scale, as if the music scale was like in infinity symbol or infinity rainbow itself, right? So connecting to the end, that'd be like your B from C to, like, let's say the G scale or F scale, you'd change like to the B flat maybe. That might be the beginning of the next scale for the F scale. And then for this, for the middle going down to the G scale, that's the middle or the F that changes to F sharp in the second scale, right? So you can see how this would be like a double helix, like going up the scales for sharps and flats and mirroring it. So that's kind of more ideas to add to fuel the thought, so to speak. So yeah, the middle of one helix or double helix is the beginning of the next double helix, kind of like with the music scales. So yeah. Another thought, also what we think of as time in this dimension might simply be just which way the orbit is going up into the higher dimension. Since it really depends how you look on it or where to begin in what direction, or else it just keeps on going into each other, kind of mirroring into each other. So it doesn't mirror quite in a straight line for things. Like, let's say, one mirror would be like the outer corner of yellow, and then the inner corner of blue, right? And then the inner corner of yellow would mirror the outer corner of blue, or it mirrored like the next thing in that sequence, like going in a certain direction for the orbit. Hence why you need orbit for the higher dimensions, which we perceive as time, but to them is just the fourth dimension or whatever, maybe possibly. It's just a thought or theory.